Hi, I'm Last Minute Mom. Thanks for joining me today. In today's video, we are going to put together the loot bags for my daughter's 5th birthday party. If you haven't done so yet, please subscribe to the channel and like this video. I don't know who was more excited for her 5th birthday party, her or me, because this was going to be her very first kids party and I was so excited to be able to do loot bags for the kids. I have been dreaming of this day since long before she was born. I love this stuff. Anytime I get a chance to do something like this, I do it. I go all in. I wanted to try to have things that the kids weren't just going to throw out, or the parents weren't going to throw out as soon as they got them home. That being said, they're kids' things, and I wasn't going to spend a fortune on every little thing inside, but I try to make them as useful as possible. Side note, one of the things that I did buy, I found it afterwards, it wasn't so good. I should have just omitted them. The majority of everything that I got on Amazon and at Party City. I was trying to avoid using as much packaging as I could. The older I get, the more I dislike packaging, especially plastic things that aren't reusable, that are just going to go in the garbage. I wouldn't mind if it was like a heavy plastic, like a reusable bag, but I wasn't interested in those in single-use flimsy plastic, even if I could get like cute little unicorns on them. And I opted just to go with paper bags. There was a package of 20 of them I got on Amazon, so I thought that would work. Everything at the party was a unicorn theme, so I really wanted to bring that through with the loot bags. So without further ado, let's get to it. Okay. So I just realized that I forgot to video some of this. So what I did is I got some iron-on transfer paper and I printed each of the kids' names and I reversed it. Well, how I did it is I just put all the names in Word and I copied them and put them in Paint and flipped the image because my printer won't flip them, and then copied it back into Word and printed it from there. And just made sure I did a couple test runs to make sure I had the right size, and that at first I printed on the wrong side of the page. So I just did them like this. And then what I did for the loot bags, bought a 50-pack of freezy holders from Amazon. I saw them on Etsy and I was gonna make them from scratch, and then my friend told me you could have them at dollar store. And then I saw them on Amazon for a good price, so I just bought a 50-pack of them. So I'll just show you what I was doing with these. I'll do skies maybe next. So the first thing it says to do is to warm up whatever you're working on. So run the iron over it a few times. And then I kind of just try to eyeball the center of it. And then they say to just do it in little circles. For a big page, like a full page, they say to do it for 3 minutes, but for smaller they just say to reduce it. And then, so I've been kind of doing it maybe 30 seconds or so. I did the first one longer, and then I could kind of smell it burning a little bit, so I've been reducing it from there. And I did it the right way. So there we go. So that one says sky on it. So I've done a few more. I'm going to try to make sure I get each of the girls a pink one. But they're super cute. So what you do, put the frozen freezy in here, and then they can slide it up and not get their hands cold. So hopefully the kids will like them. Alright, so it's time to assemble the loot bags. So first I'm just going to show what I've got to put in them. These are the paper bags that I purchased. Like I said, they come in a variety of colors. So it's a unicorn themed birthday party. I got things that my daughter would like, because she's probably the fussiest of them all in some ways. So this is what I got. So I got a pack. This came from Amazon. It's a pack. There's sticker sheets, and you make your own unicorn. So there's different patterns. And then we also have. I got a package of sunglasses for them. Hopefully these will work out okay. Then also at Michael's, when Lexi and I went to shop, we found these little unicorn erasers, which I think are adorable. And to go along with those, we bought these packages of multicolored pencils, and they're kind of thicker. And we picked them up, and then afterwards realized that they're actually unicorn themed. They just say, believe in unicorns on them, and they have some unicorns and castles and whatnot. So there's pink and green ones of those. I found these little squishy unicorns. It's like a sensory toy. They'll just squish them. My daughter has sensory issues, so having things like this in her hand, I don't want to take them out of the package because I want to keep them sealed for the kids, but they're just going to squish them. And I know, honestly, I would like to play with them, so I'm hoping they will too. My daughter also is an absolute fanatic of tattoos. My husband and I each have some, so I think that's probably where she gets it from. She's always writing on herself. Her grandmother gave her tattoo pens for her birthday because we already had the family birthday party, and she's been all about those. So yeah, so we got some unicorn tattoos. And then, so I'm going to put all of those things that I just showed you in the bag first, and then afterwards I'm going to do the freezy holders, and I'm going to stuff a freezy. I tried to do one already, because they're not frozen. I didn't want to put frozen ones in the bag because I didn't want the condensation. What I'm going to do is I'll stuff those ones, and then I'm going to label the bags. So these are the tags that I made from Etsy store that I purchased that digital image. So let's start loading this up. So let's start with the first one. So what I'm going to do first is just load the bags. So first thing we'll put in orange, sticker sheet. I never checked to make sure that the stuff would fit. Sticker sheet's the biggest thing though. Tattoo sheet. So this is orange and yellow. Maybe this will go to a boy, so we'll put a blue one in here. And a purple, and a green, and that's all of them. And then I just have to do the freezy holder. So I'm going to set this aside over here, and then I'm going to keep going. All right, now the fun part. So like I said, I showed you how I did these with the iron-ons. Now the fun part of trying to stuff the non-frozen freezies into the freezy holders. So I've got 2 freezy holders for each kid, so I'm gonna try to sort them as actually that was pretty easy. I think I got, all right, so we'll do boys over here. And I'm only really sorting it by boys and girls just so it's easier for me to sort them in the end. Here's a question for you. For the kids that can't come to the party, or that don't say they're gonna come and then don't, do I give them a loot bag or not? Well, what do you guys do in this situation? You can put your answer in the comments below. By that time, I don't know what I will have done. These freezy holders will hold bigger freezies. I just don't really like to give my kid bigger freezies. I'd rather give her 2 small ones rather than one of those jumbo suckers, because I never give her the one like a full one at a time anyway. It's too much for her. So I always end up cutting it in half or thirds, and then we have like pieces of them in the freezer, which is fine as long as it's not the middle third, because that's when it becomes a problem. Now it's time to label the tags and finish up the bags. So this is Melody. You gotta remember not to, well, I guess their parents can read cursive, but I know my older niece and nephew, it's like cursive is like a brand new language now because they don't know how to read cursive. They only learn how to print in school. So this is what the kind of the inside of the bags are going to look like. I don't know. So then what I'm going to do, take pink and purple ribbon, just some curling ribbon. 1 piece of each is enough. And tie them to the handle, and then we'll curl the ribbon. There. 1 done. So here are all the completed loot bags. I've got 20 completed bags. I've got enough for everybody who has said they're going to come to the party, 2 that I haven't heard from, and 1 extra just in case. Then I'm at a bag. So that's it. That's all the loot bags. Now you've seen the finished product. I really love personalized gifts for people, and I thought that this is something that they could use and they're not just going to throw away. I will say that afterwards, The sunglasses were a big mistake. I wouldn't let my daughter play with them or try them on or anything. Well, I should have, because when we got them home, I let her try them on. You know, it's not like she's got a big head, and they were small for her. So that's something I wish I had just left out or replaced. Since the kids were already sugared up on cake and juice and some of the other candies, I really didn't want to put candy and sugary things in the loot bags themselves, because the loot bags they were only getting as they left the party, and I didn't want them to have a whole other sugar rush when they got home. I deal with that sometimes with my kid, so I just wanted to keep it on the low sugar side for that. So the loot bags went over really, really well. The kids loved them. I was so excited to do it. I would actually do that all the time. If anyone wants me to do their loot bags, just let me know. Fair warning though, they may end up costing more than you intend, because I sometimes get carried away. But to me, that is so much fun. I love buying for kids because basically I'm a big old kid at heart. I guess this is one thing that I didn't do last minute, because I had been planning these in my head for a long time. I put them together last minute. I had everything done the day before the party. I put them together. That was on purpose. I did not want my child getting into the loot bags. So I had all the pieces. I had them put away so she couldn't get her hands on them, because I knew if she got her hands on them, especially those squishy things, the kids would never see them and they would never make it. So I really on purpose did that last minute. And if you're like me and who has a child who's interested and curious about everything, a lot of times you have to purposely do things last minute. But not all your projects have to be last minute. Thanks for joining me. Again, click the like button and hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit that notification bell. And thanks for joining. Talk to you next time.